A very warm good morning to our respected Shri Bhadra Singh ma'am. Today, I, Anjali Pandey, student of B Pharmacy first year from Shri Ram Sarup Memorial University, is going to explain a glycogenesis pathway. Glycogenesis, it is a synthesis of glycogen from glucose and it takes place in cytosol and require ATP, UTP and glucose. There are mainly 4 steps involved in the glycogenesis. First is the activation of glucose, second initiation, third elongation and fourth is the glycogen branching. Now the pathway of the glycogenesis. In this, glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate in the presence of enzyme hexokinase, which require one ATP molecule. Then in the second step, this glucose 6-phosphate is converted into glucose 1-phosphate in the presence of enzyme phosphoglucomutase. In the third step, this glucose 1-phosphate will add on with uridine triphosphate to form uridine diphosphate glucose in the presence of enzyme UTP glucose pyrophosphorylase. And this is the second step of initiation in the glycogenesis pathway. In the fourth step, this uridine diphosphate glucose utilizes glycogenin, which is a protein with 7 molecules of glucose to form a glycogen primer. This glycogen primer, in the presence of glycogen synthesis, will form alpha-1,4 glycosyl residue, which is up to 11 to 12 glucose molecule, and this uridine diphosphate will help to elongate the chain by successive addition of the glucose molecule, so we get single chain of glucose, and the step is known as the second step, that is the initiation step. Now the glycogen synthesis can add glucose unit only in alpha-1,4 linkage, and branching enzyme is now needed to create alpha-1,6 linkage, and the chain is lengthened here up to 11 to 12 glucose residue. Then the branching enzyme will transfer a block of 6 to 8 glucose residue to the alpha-1,4 glycosyl residue to another site, and this step is known as the branching step, and the branching enzyme here is required is known as glycosyl transferase, and after the branching we get a glycogen molecule. Thank you everyone.